Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
There is no sane man that's not so sexually deviant that he cannot handle his compulsions. There's no man that's not in that position that will pull their thing out at a drive-thru. If you put in discount code SEAL20, get 20% off. If you're a part of the Tatum Squad, obviously we sent in the community tab a greater discount, and we'll continue to give special things to the people that are a part of the Tatum Squad. If you want to join the Tatum Squad, you can join it today. Obviously, there's 2 tiers. We updated the tiers on Tatum Squad, so take a look at that. But here's some of our brand new merch. We got some of these products here. All right, my favorite shirt is the Trump dance. We got a whole bunch of stuff, hats, all of the above. We have it. Now, the doormat is my absolute favorite. We sold out of this within 30 minutes. However, if you want the doormat, we're producing them right now as we speak, and you hit notify me when made available. If you get to this to notify, there's nearly 1,000 people that have hit notify when made available. I'm telling you right now, when we make it active, we don't have 1,000. So we're going to have a small amount that we can do at a time, so we don't have a big backstock of thousands of these things and then people ain't getting them for months. All right, so if you go down here, you'll see the section where the Los Angeles ruled by Democrats. You'll see this, and it says 100% of the profits donated to victims and fire departments affected by this Los Angeles crisis. So you can go on and click on this, buy as much as you want, as much as you can. All the proceeds will go. I'll let you guys know in the community tab how much money we have as proceeds from that product, and then I'm gonna let you know where we're gonna disperse it. All right, let's do this other situation. It's a little bit different in politics, but I think it was absolutely crazy. I almost feel sorry for this dude, but I'm like, when you once a predator, always a predator. Let's play the clip of this guy who's a married man. Unfortunately, he took his own life after he pulled his wang out at a drive-thru at a place here in Phoenix. Now, the restaurant here, I forget the name of it. Let me look at it. It's called Bikini Beans drive-thru. Bikini Beans, normally they're baristas and stuff that do the drive-thru. They kind of dress like they going to a strip club. That's just their theme, right? So it's very vulgar. I would never eat there or buy anything from this place because I don't like what it stands for. The person who owns the place, I actually followed on social media for a period of time because I wanted to see what entrepreneurial things he was involved in and how could I gain some from something that he's done, not necessarily this place. But this guy comes through the drive-thru, him, and I guess he's a repeat offender. Now, I didn't read that anywhere, but I'm assuming that he's a repeat offender because she already had the camera out. And this is very sad. I want you guys to know. I'm not trying to make fun of this guy. I'm just presenting news. It's very sad because he has a kid and a wife, and he's no longer with us. But I guess he had been habitually doing this because these women look like freaks, and that's giving you giving you shakes and whatever they're doing up there, coffees. And I guess he get off on pulling his wang out when he's driving through.
He specifically must have been targeting this place. I don't know if he knew anybody there, but how his story was discovered was through a private Facebook page called Arizona Moms Helping Other Moms.
So this is what he did, and this is the reaction of the barista. Roll the clip.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
So my man pulled his wang out on the girl, said this is unacceptable, call 911. The fact that she had her camera already out ready to go, to me tells me that this guy's a repeat offender and she wanted to catch him in the act, and that's what she did. Now, unfortunately, he goes after this and being blasted on social media. He probably put his wang out there because we had the little emoji in front of it, but the raw footage just got his wang out there. So I don't know if he was embarrassed by his wang or he was embarrassed that he did this or he embarrassed his wife so much that he decided to go off somewhere and end his life. Now, let me just say this just real quick. It'll be very clear and succinct. I would employ men to avoid being stupid and doing stuff like this. Secondly, if you are a man who's deciding that you think it's a good idea to flash a woman at a drive-thru, the man that does that is the man that is mistreating his wife, is a man that's probably abusing his kids. There is no sane man that's not so sexually deviant that he cannot handle his compulsions. There's no man that's not in that position that will pull their thing out at a drive-thru. Multiple times, he probably did it multiple times. And that's why maybe that, along with other stuff that he's done, he probably felt like it was time to end it all. I'll add this, men, if you find yourself in a situation like this, it ain't the end of the world, bro. There's people that got a lot more that they did online they got embarrassed for than you pulling your wang out. People will laugh at you because, if you ain't working with nothing, they gonna make fun of you, all right? If you work with something, you may be a hero. You pull your thing out there, then they talk about you, and then you him, all right? But if you ain't him, bro, that man, hey, that's dumb of you. It's dumb of you to do it anyway, but especially if you ain't him. But regardless of that, don't end your life. You can recover from anything, just about. Now, you'll go to jail. You'll be a registered sex offender for the rest of your life, but you can live to see another day. And I'm being honest about this. I know people make mistakes. I'm trying to have a little grace for the guy. I was at Nordstrom's yesterday, and some kids stole from Nordstrom's and ran out the store, and they loss prevention was like the SWAT team, and they had taken them down. And then one kid come in there, looked like in high school, crying and, let me explain. You can recover from that, man. After a while, you go to jail. The cops came and escorted him. He looked like an idiot walking through Nordstrom's, knowing that everybody know that he had the perp walk. And you can recover from that. At some point, people are going to forget. This is one thing that I learned back when I had a kid out of wedlock when I was at church. When I knew I was messing up, and I said, okay, I messed up. I'm never going to do it again. I stayed over too late. That girl fine as I don't know what. And I just decided that I just like, all right, it just overwhelmed me, right? I was like, I'm just going to do this and then it'll be over. I don't even think I was thinking about it. Once it was over, I said, okay, God, please forgive me. I'll never do it again. I know what I was thinking. I put myself in a bad position. I'm never going to do that again. Like, forgive me. I want to still serve in the church. I want to still do everything. I don't know what I don't know what I was thinking. I don't want to be this person, whatever it can be. And I think it happened one more time after that. And I remember the day. And I had that same conversation. God, I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm going to get married to this girl. Maybe we can make it right. Like, I just don't want to. And then she texts me, I'm pregnant. I remember the flash that flashed before me was that everything is over. My reputation is over. Everybody that I witnessed to on campus, all the players that played on the team, when I was so on fire about Jesus that I witnessed to, that I did Bible study with, that I invited to the church, many of them got baptized. All of that is going to go away. I'm going to be the laughing stock of everything. I'm an embarrassment. I embarrass my church. I embarrass my family. I embarrass God. It is over for me as far as my reputation. Now, I knew I had to push through it. I had to tell my pastor, had to tell my daddy. My mama said she already knew. My mama got an intuition. She said, I knew you were going to have a kid this year. I'm like, Mama, how you talking about you know I'm going to have a kid this year? But she said she know I'm going to have a kid this year. I'm like, how you know? I was saved. I'm saved. How am I going to have a kid? I'm saved. So regardless of that happening, I had to apologize to the church. That's why I did the video that I did, because I understand what that was like. But getting to the story of a sister at the church told me, she said, Brother Brandon, I know you think it's all over, and I know this is very hard for you. I did the same thing when I was your age. And then this is a woman that was in the choir singing. She's holier than thou. She got everything going for her in the church. I mean, I admired her. She's a great woman. I thought she was perfect. I'm like, I'm the one cutting up. I can't keep my stuff together. These people are all good. I'm surrounded by great people, and I'm the failure. And I remember her saying, when I was your age, I did the same thing. I had to sit out the choir. When I had him, right over here, she pointed at her son. When I had him, I had to sit out the choir, and I had to do all this. And it really gave me hope to say it's never final. And also, another concept that I always think about is that people are going to get to know you at different places in your life. Some people are going to know you at your lowest. Some people are going to know you at your highest, and they'll never know you ever were low, ever in your life. So you never give up, never feel like something is final. I know somebody need to hear this, because at some time period, you will overcome that which happened to you. It will become a distant memory, and you're going to gain new memories and new people and new relationships in this new thing that you're involved in now. And that's going to be the difference maker. I always remember that. I remember when I was broke, dusted, and disgusted. skinny and weird, and then people met me then, they thought I was weird. Then now I'm a little better. And then over time I'm a little better. Now people know me as Officer Tatum, and 6-7 years ago, I was a police officer. I didn't have no social media follow. I never wrote a book. I didn't know nothing about social media. I wasn't even really on social media like that. Follow it now, boom. Let me say this because somebody need to hear it. And I'm gonna go to super chats. I'm gonna say this because somebody need to hear this real quick. I remember at one point in my life where I felt inferior and I felt like I had been left behind. I felt like all these people are doing better than me. I remember people used to kind of trash on me and I knew I was better than them, but they would gaslight me or treat me some type of way. And I remember it used to bother me. And people had more following than me. People had what I thought was a better life than me. They made more money than me. They were doing all these things. They were married. I was single. They were happy. I wasn't. I mean, all of these things had happened in my life. Fast forward to today, and this is not a boast. This is me encouraging somebody. Fast forward today, some of the same people that were married that I once envied are divorced. Some of the people that I thought was making a lot of money really wasn't making a lot of money, and I make way more than they do now. Some of the people that had a big social media following didn't do it with integrity, and they either don't have it, they lost it, or they're stagnant, and my social media is growing. My influence is growing. People that I thought were so heroic and excellent in speaking where I doubted myself, now I speak more than they do, and now I'm a better speaker than they are. The same Brandon Tatum that used to let this get upset him or whatever the case may be, and now I look back on it, I'm better than he was. For whatever it's worth, nothing is final. Things will come to pass. Don't get weary in well-doing, because if you don't quit, you will reap. And also, don't ever envy the position of other people and think that God has forgotten about you. Because in due season, if you keep doing well, you will eventually get to where you want to be, and you will look back and say, God has elevated me over all those people that treated me wrong, that hated on me, or people I felt a slight envy of because I thought they were doing where I wanted to be. And God has now put me above that. And the God could do the same for you because we serve the same God.